Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Clearly we have a different setup here. I just ran out of sunlight and now I'm in my desk lamp mirror filming. But anyway, I wanted to just let you guys know really quick that this video I am trying a ton of new makeup products. I got the James Charles palette and so I did a little, like a nice natural everyday look. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Mom! Okay, so I think I'm gonna start with I don't know, should I start with the eyes today? I never do that anymore, you guys. I literally never do that, but I'm gonna do that today, I guess. So to prep my skin, I'm gonna take, no joke, you guys. I've been using these for a while and I really like them. And they're gauze pads. Like, these aren't even like cotton pads or like makeup things. Like, these are literally like gauze. But whatever, I'm gonna use this Mini Baby Pixie Glow Tonic that I got. And this is such a raved about product. And I saw that Target had a baby one, so I picked it up. And I've been using it. And I actually really like it. It's like a toner, but it just feels nice on the skin. It smells good, and it's said to exfoliate, which, I don't know, I just think it does a good job. So I put it on the other day, and then put my makeup on over it, and that was a mistake. So I'm gonna do it now because I'm gonna work on the eyes, and then when I come back to it, it should settle into my skin better. Alright, so I'm going to prep the eyes with concealer, obviously. I'm going to just set the eyes with my Rimmel powder. Guys, I have to set my whole face with this. Like, I'm running low. But I'm going to just set the eyes down. Okay, so I'm going to take my brand new James Charles palette right here. And I want to do something wild today. To go to class. I'm going to class, literally. So if you haven't seen the palette, I don't know where you've been, but this is her. It's the biggest palette I've ever seen in my life, and I picked up the last one in my state. So I'm super excited to use this. Oh! Also, I got a lip scrub from ColourPop and a lip balm. So while I'm not doing my face makeup, I'm going to use that. And I can like feel how tight my lips are. I love licking them. I don't think you're supposed to eat them, but I eat them, so. What color should I do? I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna start off with the shade Punch Me. I love him. Which is this brown right here. If this had a mirror, holy crap, that would be great, but it doesn't, so it's fine. And I'm gonna just put that in the crease. And I'm gonna just start kind of building that up on the outskirts of the eye. I feel like maybe I'm too tan, but like I don't really see much of it. That literally did nothing, right? I think then I'm gonna go in and use, actually, you know what? I'm gonna use this shade right here from my Kat Von D Fetish Cheek and Blush palette that I've been using a lot. And I'm gonna use this shade right here. This is also a new palette to me, so I don't feel bad using it. And I'm just gonna dip in, it's like a very peachy, I think it's a blush, but it's cute. And I'm gonna lay that onto the lid and up into the crease, and just kind of, who cares with this color? Oh my gosh, I love you. But I'm just going to kind of blend it around, and, wherever it goes kind of deal. I did a purple look the other day. I posted it on my Instagram. Everyone was like, what purple is that? It's this right here from this same palette. I just bought these literally 4 eyeshadows, and I love it. I think they're super, super pigmented. That's pretty. And then to deepen that up a little bit, I'm going to go into my James palette and use this big orangey shade right here. Swirl that around and try and build a little peachiness into this crease. That's crazy pigmented. And then I'm going to just take a brush with no product on it and try to blend away at the top between my eyebrows so that everything is nice and seamless. I'm gonna dip into this blue right here. Take a little crease brush and hope that this doesn't ruin my life. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna like lay it down like that, but then like with the edge of my brush, I'm really gonna just brush it up into the crease a little bit. But I just want this to be even on the crease aspect. And then I'm just gonna take a baby flat shader brush, and basically how I'm gonna do a cut crease is I've done a few of them before on my channel, but I'm gonna take some concealer, back of my hand, like that, and then I just take it with my little brush, and we do one eye at a time with cut crease, so you don't wanna do this on both eyes, just do one eye at a time. And I'm literally gonna just look down into my mirror and cut where my crease starts, like that. And then I always end up using just like a frick ton of concealer. This is when you pull out those concealers that you don't like, that you're like, they're just in your drawer and you hate them. Step a little bit. Then I'm just gonna fill in a little bit. This does not have to be perfect at all. And I'm gonna dip into that blue that I showed. I'm gonna switch over to my finger. Oh, I just wanted to feel them, and they feel like freaking butter. So I'm so glad that I just did that. Guys, that's so pretty. And then I'm gonna go back to the dark matte-ish blue and just build that up right there on the crease. There we go. And then I just go tap the crap out of that and then just blend it a little bit into the edge so that it's all blended together. And this part's kind of fun. You go between the two blues and you put more over here, and then you put more of the dark blue, and just keep going until you feel that both of these shades are nicely blended to your preferred blendability. This is a little bit more of like a greeny blue. I'm gonna just use a little bit of that on that small flat shader brush and just like, I don't know, just mess around and see if I can get it a little bit greener. I think that would be cute. What?
Are you going anywhere?
Yeah?
You are?
I have school. Just walks into my room and sees me with freaking blue eyeshadow falling down my face. They're like, we're used to this.
But I do need to talk to you
Okay.
when you get a chance.
Okay, after.
No big deal. No big deal. Don't be afraid of
I'm not afraid.
Dad love
You're
you.
afraid of me.
me. I don't think so, dear.
Maybe I'll try a tiny bit of this green. I think I'm gonna use this same brush. So I'm gonna just see how the blue and the green would mix. Cause why not? And I'm just gonna tap it right there and then bring a little bit up into the crease and blend it over. Yeah, that's not really doing much. Not that I don't know what yeah, actually. Can you guys see that? That's kind of cute, right? Then I'm just gonna take a makeup wipe. This is a little tiny Neutrogena makeup wipe. I got like a big bag of these, and I never, ever in my life, ever use makeup wipes. So I just have a bag of makeup wipes. Clean up this eye a little bit. Just a little bit. And make a nice sharp line. just like that. And now that that doesn't look as crazy, now I can like see exactly where I need to blend out, right? So I'm gonna go back with that original brush that had no product on it, and I'm gonna dip into James here. I'm gonna just use a little bit of this yellowy shade, just like a tiny bit, and see if I can blend this a little bit better. And then once I'm happy with that blend, then I can kind of build up on the intensity slash depth if I want to. So I'm going to take a little bit of that dark blue and green again and just kind of pat them on the very outer portion of the eye. And you have to be a little bit more careful now because you already cleaned up, so you know, you don't want to go crazy, but you can add as you please. But I'm going to go do this eye off camera because you guys have already, I'm sure y'all are sick of this, so I'm going to just do this eye really quick. Same technique that you guys have seen before, and then I will move on to the face. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with these, I think. It's kind of hard to tell until like lashes are on, but they look pretty similar to me, both wild, I know. One thing I'm going to do is just take the blue from the James Charles palette, the light icy blue, and just put that on the very like center part of the eye. I feel like this color got a little bit lost with the Jacqueline one, so I'm just going to bring that back a little bit, and you can see that it brings kind of like an iciness back to the eyes. And then I think that might be it for eyes, which is freaking wild. So I'm going to curl my eyelashes and do my mascara. But for foundation, I'm very nervous actually because I have the new, it's kind of new. It's the Makeup Revolution Stick Foundation. I've never used a stick foundation before. I used this on my face the other day for like a quick second, and immediately it just like pulled all the dryness at my skin, and so I was like, ew. But I haven't given it a fair chance, and I did prep my skin, use the glow tonic and everything, so I think it might work well. So I'm going to use this on half my face. Wait, should I do half sponge, I guess? Yeah, I'll do half sponge, half brush. So I'll just do, I'm not going to like this. I already know I'm not going to like this. Nikki Tutorials did a video on this, and she recommended it, so I went out and bought it, but we'll see. Guys, I'm gonna use my brush. Like, I don't really care anymore. I'm gonna use my brush. I'm trying to give this guy a chance. I would usually use a brush anyway, so that's just fair. It's not that bad. This isn't bad at all, actually. I really am not mad at it. I really want to put some of my other foundations on top of it, but that's kind of cheating, and I really want to see how this holds up. It is definitely clinging to a little bit of dryness, and it's definitely not full coverage by any means. I don't know. So I'm gonna just kind of make a little mixture at this point of some other foundations. I'm probably gonna mix in some e.l.f. foundation and some of my Too Faced. e.l.f. for coverage and better color, and Too Faced for the smoothness. The next thing I'm going to do is use my Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C13, and I've used up a ton of these as contour. I love them. I think they're great, and they're super cheap, and I really like the color of it. So I'm going to just do a little bit of that. I got asked before, and I never even answered, about the under the lip one. It makes such a difference to me, but I always forget to blend it, and I'll be like in the mirror at school and go and see a huge brown line. So I always try and blend it first, but look at the shadow it puts under my bottom lip. Right? Right? I think that contour like color, like I just think that's so pretty. Like it works out really well for me. The next thing I'm going to do is use my Makeup Revolution concealer in C3. And I'm going to use my sponge and just, I think using a sponge is a good idea because you can really cut right up there without like any hair strokes or anything. You can just kind of cut it. And since you already cut it with the makeup wipe, this part should honestly be such a breeze. I'm gonna take my foundation brush or the sponge, whatever, and just make sure that like everything is nice and blended between the contour, foundation, concealer, the nose. You don't want to set it and then be like, oh, because then you're screwed, you already set it. Okay, so I have two thoughts right now actually. I just went to go and like take my beauty blender, and sometimes I just apply the rest of the concealer like, you know, over here and stuff. And then while I'm doing that, I usually blend out my eyebrow or my forehead wrinkles, because no matter what I use, what foundation, there's always crazy creasing before I set that area. And I literally went to do that and I was like, whoa, there's absolutely no creasing on my forehead at all, which is crazy. And then while I went to go and look and see how big like my pores were, because depending on how bad they are, I'll like set them differently. And I don't want to be like dramatic, but like I don't see any pores, like even on my nose. So I feel kind of bad now that I didn't give that Makeup Revolution foundation a big chance and like all on its own. But I might have to because it's looking super good right now. But I am going to set my face, of course. I'm going to use a contour brush. I'm going to use this for the video. I already tried it and I didn't like it, I'm not going to lie. But this is this CoverGirl palette in the shade Bloom Babe. And every time I go to Ulta, I look at it and I want it because I'm obsessed with this color. I don't like the bronzer. I'm not gonna, I'll use it. It's too pink for me, but I'll use it, to show you guys. That's enough. Maybe I'm being dramatic. Yeah, no, like this just looks too pink. So I still use my Jessie's Girl palette, which I've talked about since like 2016. And I'm just gonna mix a few shades, go on in and just do a little bronzing. Then I'm gonna take the blush in this palette, which I really, really like. It's a little glittery on the top, but it fades away. I always touch the forehead and I scrape the nose with blush. And then I know you guys are like unsubscribing right now, but I'm gonna take my powder again and just blend everything out and make sure that I don't look too crazy. I mean, I know we were talking about blue eyeshadow here, but. And then I'm gonna use my Stila highlight that I always use in the shade. I've been mixing between Brilliance and Kitten, but I'm just gonna use Kitten today. The most beautiful highlight on earth. I'm obsessed with it. And then over it, I'm gonna use the highlight in our dear new friend, this CoverGirl palette. It's stunning. Watch this. I'm gonna take the other end of my makeup beauty sponge and just pounce that into the skin so it doesn't look like it's sitting on my skin. For the brows, I'm gonna use my e.l.f. brow pencil that I always use. I got a new shade. It's too dark, but we roll with it. I think my brows are good. I really can't tell. They're never good. They're never good. So that's as good as they're gonna get. I think I'm gonna just brush them out a tiny bit. This big, fat, fluffy, flat-ish brush and use those same blues. I begin working down on the lower lash line. And actually a little tip is if this is too big of a brush for you, I always take my fingers and just pinch it and then like really go on in with it. That's going in with it. I'm going to try my hardest to keep this on the outside of the eye so that it doesn't look like I rimmed my eye in blue. And then I think I'm going to take a little fluffier, smaller brush and go into that dark green shade and kind of smoke and blend that out a little bit. It's actually, like, you might think that that's going to make it look worse, but the dark green is going to pull a little bit more natural than the neon blue. Not that natural is what we're going for. Then I'm going to take my finger. Obviously going to do glitter, but that's just too much. I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to dip back into the icy James Charles blue and pile that on the inner corner of the eye as a means of highlighting the inner corner and as a means of bringing a little bit more lightness to the eye. Last thing I need to do is put my lashes on. I am using the Ardell Faux Mink Wispies. That's what they're called. They're kind of hard to find. They don't have a number. That's how I look for them. So I've been using them for a while now, and I really like them, and they are called the Ardell Faux Mink Wispies with no number. Sorry, I'm literally running out of daylight here. I'm gonna move, after I'm done with the tutorial, I'm gonna move and show you guys the look better. I'm gonna just use my NYX Pin Up Tease mascara. Okay, so I got 3 new nude lip shades from ColourPop. I'm gonna line my lips with NYX Mauve. And then, so I'm gonna use the shade Wish from ColourPop, which is brand new. I have only swatched it. It might be too dark. I don't know. Let's see. And I feel like it's a tiniest bit. Yeah, it's a tiny bit too dark. So I'm going to use Magic Wand, which I've used many times before, on the center part of the lips. Raved about the N Degrees 7 whatever lip glosses, and they've been on clearance for a little while now. So I picked up a new shade in the shade Pink Slip, and I'm gonna test her out today. And she's just like a sparkly pinkish nude. Okay guys, I am beyond done with this tutorial. Okay guys, so the lighting just got really bad outside. The sun basically went down. But I want to show you the final look up close. We did have a few products that I just didn't like. I'm going to be straight. I didn't like the lip color, so I changed it and just went with the gloss. I also did not like the lip scrub. Like, I don't understand ColourPop, because when I went to put on my gloss, it was like clinging to all these like dry patches, and I just like, I didn't sign up for that when I bought a lip scrub, you know? I love this James palette. I want to like show you guys the eyes. Like, can we take a look at these eyes? The blendability, I'm addicted to this palette. I literally can't imagine ever needing to buy another palette. Like, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with the CoverGirl blush and highlight. Like, I love that. I'm trying to think. Everything else, like, I don't have an issue with anything else. I want to give an up close. Let's give an up close, shall we? On the skin. So, like, I don't have the greatest skin. You can see that in the beginning of this video. That foundation to me, like, I'm going to have to keep trying that because I think it looks fabulous. I'll let you know in the down bar, like, how it wears, but I love that. So, if you guys like this video, then give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Thank you.